Today, Kloofel and I are back in the land of Drehmal Apotheosis for an episode packed full with exploration and chaos, with a little bit of building sprinkled in the mix. This video was an absolute blast to make, so let's jump in. Hello, my name is Kit, and welcome to episode 3. Last episode, I promised that I would start the next build straight away, so that's what we're going to do. Over here, I've been busy gathering plenty of resources for this build. I told you to leave a comment what you thought it would be, and yeah, some of you got it right. It's a pirate ship. So let's jump into a time lapse. Welcome aboard the Dragon's Dagger. I'm so happy the way this ship turned out. It looks amazing. It's a lot bigger than I wanted it to be in the first place. I just started building and didn't stop, but the ship is now all ready to set sail. So before we set sail, there's a small checklist of things I need to complete for this episode. And as soon as we finish them, that's when we're going to go. Alright? First things first, between episodes, I had to do a lot of wood harvesting, right? I've been trying to enchant. It's very, very difficult to get XP. Down here, I've made a tiny XP farm. It's just got the basic kelp farm behind here. Feeds into this furnace, which is constantly making kelp. It's self-sufficient with the fuel. And I've just been using that to try and get level 30 enchantments to get the good enchants I need. And I did in fact get it. I got vein mining and efficiency 3 on a diamond axe. This thing saved my life. Do you know how many logs it takes to build a pirate ship? It's a lot, I'm telling you now. But this thing, vein miner, it's the same as breaking all the blocks. It takes so much durability. Diamonds are so expensive, I can't keep affording these diamond axes. So I've found a solution for it. Back here over in the village, at the very back, in this lovely little house here, we have obtained this villager here. And guess what? That's right, that's a mending book. And it is so cheap, like 18 scales. That's an amazing price. You know what? I'm going to put mending on all my diamond gear, which it's only these two for now. But as soon as we get some more, we're coming straight back here and we're getting that mending. I love that view coming back, looking at the giant ship there next to the house in the starting area. This ship actually took 2 hours to build. I know it doesn't look like it would, but dealing with the water, it's not fun, I'm telling you that. So to get the XP for this, I'll just flip that. That's 15 levels right there. That's bloody beautiful. Bing, bam, boom. Mending, vein mining, efficiency 3, diamond axe. Look at that, that's perfect. Now let's get it on the chest plate. Look at that, that's bloody beautiful right there. All plated up. The next thing's next. We need to get a faster horse, right? This thing, I love this man right here. But he's not the fastest horse. I'm gonna make the fastest horse possible. To do that, we need a training area. We need a testing area. We need to push these horses to their absolute limit. So yeah, I'm going to get to work and start building a nice little training area over here for them. Let's hit the time lapse. This area is finally finished and it's ready to start working. So I've brought my horse over here, just so we can get the base stats. Okay, we've got the speed test and we've got the jump test. First of all, speed. Let's see, how many seeds? 5 seed horse. That's not bad. And now we'll do the jump test. Ooh, he's a 2. Okay, no, he's a 2.5. 2.5 jumper. Now let's go get some more horses and see how we do. This man, he feels fast. I think we're going to have a winner with this one. I'm feeling a 3 on that one. Ooh, a 4. Perfect. So the best is now 4. Yo! We got a 3 blocker. This man's a 3 jumper. So he's our best so far. Okay, he easily makes it as well. So he's a 4 and a 3 jumper. So Kloofel's got 2 of those guys. That's mad, dude. Now we're going to get these two, bring them out in the center here. And I've got some golden carrots here, and we're going to make a baby. Try and get the 2 best stats. Okay. Now you can be tied up here until you've grown up, and we'll take you guys back. Alrighty. Now while we wait for that man to grow up, I'm going to go do another stream with Kloofel. We're going to go exploring even further this time than last time. And yeah, let's see where we went. First things first, we went to the terminus to check our progress, and we are getting close to the first story event at 25% progress. By the end of this adventure, we will be 1 tower away. After checking where the closest towers are, we decided to head north. On the way, finding a small ruined dungeon which contained this relic vessel that can be used at a devotion altar like the one we found last episode and the one we discovered not far from this dungeon. North of the altar was the small village of Solvi, which was still in construction and the perfect place to spend the night. Off in the distance we saw a chest on a mountain, and on our way over we found a few quartz structures full of loot, and the first new tower of the expedition. In the distance was another village and 2 crystal pillars, so I ascended up the pillars and found these amazing timefall boots, which will save my life countless times. The village was called Hevlock, and was home to these, animal people, who had some pretty good loot. Past the village was this ancient ruined empire. Disappointingly, after exploring the whole area, the only item of value was this ancient crown that will probably never break. Next to the temple was a biome with these massive flowers, and at the center was the painted city, the great city of Dusps. This city is full of amazing, beautiful buildings, and might be the nicest area in all of Drehmal. We spent a good part of the stream just exploring everything this place has to offer, and I'll tell you now, the dead have a lot of great possessions. After making the tough decision to leave, we went a little further to a few more small POIs and the Aklaroma Warp Tower. Embarrassingly, chat tricked us into calling this area Oklahoma for the entire stream. This was also the first time we decided to warp back home. Since we went so far north, leaving the horses here for future adventures was probably for the best. For the last little bit of the stream, we bred some new horses and played around with different instruments. And now that recap's over, and this horse definitely didn't die, and this is definitely the same horse we bred, let's put a saddle on him and get some armor on this guy. Now we got our perfect 4-seat horse and a 3-block jumper. And you know what? Let's move on to the next thing. What does every great pirate captain have on their boat? That's right, a crew. I need a pirate crew to help me man this ship. And you know, there's a couple of people over this way, you know? They don't seem like they're doing too busy, so I might give them an employment option. A mandatory employment option. And now that we've got our lovely crew, who definitely volunteered to be here, let's set them loose on the ship. Now, they are wild villagers. I have no clue if they will find ways to die. Most of it's blocked off by like stairs and that, and hopefully they're not stupid enough to come over here or just walk off the edge like this. They look like smart guys. I mean, look at them. They're already getting jobs for themselves on the board. I mean, not useful jobs, but jobs nonetheless. Yeah, because we definitely need farmers on this ship. Are you fishermen? Yeah, we need to make a profit some way. Need to get a smithing table so we can get the pirate-looking one. Okay, I hope this works. Let's just chuck it down here. Come on, big man, I want you to be the pirate captain. You got your eyes set on a barrel, of course you do. Come on, big man. Yeah, that's the right direction. Hey, look at him. Well, he doesn't have the eye patch. Is that the blacksmith? I don't know villagers. I'm happy with what we've got right now. Wonder if any of them found the beds in here. Ah, they did. So we already got our sleeping quarters for them as well. Granted, it's tiny downgrade from the small captain's cabin in here. But you know, I'm a captain. I need my room. I demand respect aboard this ship. And now that we successfully have a crew aboard this ship, I think it's time we finally get our first story event. We're almost at 25% exploration. You guys know what that means. So let's jump on a stream and let's go find out what it is with Kloofel. And as soon as we're done, that's right, we're going to set sail. As usual, we went straight to the terminus to find the best tower to go to, and decided on just heading southwest and hoping for the best. On this adventure, for some reason, we kept losing track of each other and spent way too much time climbing mountains to try and find the other person. First thing of interest we stumbled upon was this strange blocked off entrance that opened into a crypt that we had to mine through to each room. There were these painted walls decorating the hallway into 3 small rooms, each containing a sarcophagus, and inside each one were different boots that each had different attributes and bonus lore. Not far from the crypt was a large raised land piece in the middle of a small lake. On top was a lone man with his camp. There was absolutely nothing of value except for a very dangerous tire swing hanging from the tree. We continued onwards, and that's when we found it, the final tower. Now, these pillagers could have used a great captain such as myself, since they somehow crashed their ship into the only obstacle in the whole lake. Putting their major blunder aside, we unlocked the tower. The terminus gave us another network link locator, this time for a place called Salmever, which so happened to be the opposite direction to the way we came. So we warped back, mounted new steeds, and embarked on our quest to find this place. And just as we were about to reach the coordinates, we were distracted by this massive outpost in the distance. Obviously, we had to investigate. These guys were mercenaries, and were protecting what seemed to be a research lab that could be linked to the story event given the loot they had and this strange schematic they had in the chief's room. This theory was confirmed when we found this chest plate that scientists made in their unsuccessful attempt at replicating something they found there. Just around the corner from the outpost was our destination, the beautiful, futuristic research lab, Salmever. Now just getting up was a mission and a half in itself. There were many sci-fi elevators and parkour leading up to the main structure. Upon future exploration, we discovered that this facility was researching special runes that have power over time, as well as temporal stasis pods, like the ones we awoke from in episode 1. At the center of the facility was a massive hourglass-shaped structure called the temporal engine, and the goal seemed to be to get into a large domed structure at the top, which was blocked off with bedrock. Upon reading a holotext, we had the idea to throw an ender pearl into the temporal engine, which teleported us into the future, where the facility is even more ruined, and we are in adventure mode. However, we only get a moment to look around before we fade back into our time period. Now understanding the puzzle, we go back to the future and as quickly as possible race up the parkour, where at the top of the dome was a hole that we could get through. And we were just in time. Moments after we got inside, we faded back into our time period and successfully opened the bedrock door from the inside. There were many treasures scattered around, but nothing as valuable as what we found at the very top. Behind a glass wall was the Avsom Kull. I'm definitely saying that wrong. It's a set of gliding wings that permanently had slow falling. But we didn't just get one. Next to the chest was a crafting recipe to make more of them, granting both Kloofel and I our own pairs. At the same time as I found the wings, Kloofel found the left blade fragment to the Mythbreaker weapon, meaning we now have 2 of the 3 pieces we needed to make it. After making sure we had discovered everything, we went onwards, finding a village in the mountains, and they had a hot springs out the back. We were just 2 guys chilling in a hot springs. At the very top of the mountain village was a small castle, home to the Stone of Luxury, but other than that, there was nothing of value. Surrounded by mountains was this lake with a strange island in the middle. As we approached the island, the sky darkened, and gravity suddenly became really weak. This was a sunken astral body that had crashed here a long time ago, and previous civilizations had set up research facilities here that had long been abandoned, and it really does look amazing from above. Finally, after travelling many thousands of blocks, it was time to head home, where we finally bought our second shulker box and played around for the rest of the stream. It's a perfect time to tell y'all that we do these streams most weeks, and you can catch them on both Twitch and YouTube at BattleKit. Make sure to drop a follow and a sub. I just love that little animation, and I absolutely love the interior in here. This will now be the base until we build something at the new location that we're sailing to. But we'll leave that for another episode. Huge thanks to everyone watching all the way to the end. If you did, comment "I love the pineapple eating porcupine" to confuse people. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!